Hey Amanda, good to see you and Punk here. So let's take a look at how we're doing. And I'm glad your yard dried out enough so that you could do this. So I'm terribly jealous of this blind cross here. I tried doing this with Clever and it did not look anywhere near as good as this is looking with you and Punk. So what I really love is you've committed him. You're turning before he's taking off. By the time he's landing, he's seeing the right side of your face. So that looks really fantastic. I'm super thrilled with that. So all of this looks wonderful. So let's take a look at your reverse wrap here. So I'm going to nitpick on this because it's really the only thing that could be improved just slightly, and there's nothing terribly wrong with what you're doing here. So the only thing I don't really like is how much in the wing you are there. So keeping in mind he needs to see that wing to help commit. I want to make sure there's a big difference between this is a wrap or a backside versus this is a layer. If I'm layering this jump, what that means is he cannot see that jump when he's exiting and I'm pushing him someplace further up. Since this is not what you're doing and you are asking him to take the jump, he needs to see the wing. So the only thing I would change is I'd change the position of your body. So right now you're pretty much facing forward, all right? So what I would like to see is I'd like to see you facing in that direction. It makes your body more narrow so that you can see the wing a lot easier, and it helps you get around that wing. Your feet are already going to be facing in this direction so you can move out around much easier, all right? So I would say that's my only kind of critique right there, because right here you can see if we're watching your feet, you're sending nicely, then you have to take that big step sideways before you're moving. So if you're already facing in this direction, kind of more diagonal, then it's easier to get around that wing, and I think he could see that wing a bit easier from that tunnel exit. So that's my only critique on this run. The rest of this looks really lovely. Excellent sending into that tunnel, and then committing him to jump 10 right there looks good too. So I like the alternate handling here, staying on the landing side of these jumps, using that opposite arm so that he knows he's coming into you, sending him away, and you can still commit to that tunnel from that position as well. So same comments here on this wrap because it looks the same as the first one, so I don't repeat there. And same comments here because it looks just as good in getting him through the second half of that little sequence. So nicely done on that. And so looking at sequence 2 here, what I really like, very, very different handling, right? Because we're asking for a threadle instead of a serpentine. Bringing up that opposite arm, taking that step back, and I love how early you're moving to help commit him to the jump. So really, really, really good there. And I like that keeping up that arm is calling him into you. You really don't have to do a whole lot of anything else there for that second threadle, and that is just really fantastic. So this looks really, really good. Sending him into that jump. And good position here. Again, bringing up that arm, working that tandem there. Looks good. And into the tunnel. So very nice handling there from you. Very, very nice handling. And again, good to see the alternative handling on the other side because you just never know what position you're going to be in on any given course. So really, really like all this. And I like this path better getting into that tunnel just because it's when he's coming around this wing, it's right in front of him versus coming around this wing, he has to kind of backtrack a bit. So I do like that handling quite a bit better. And I like that you're choosing to handle here and really, really perfect position. As he's coming into this jump, you are definitely converging on his path. You've got that dog side leg out by the time he's landing, so he knows he's pushing. That looks fantastic. And closing of the course looks really good. Well done on that too. So exercise 3, you had some difficulty on the layering, which is why we practice, so that hopefully we don't have so much difficulty. So it took me a little bit watching it to figure out where you were on the course. I'm like, why is she sending that jump? Oh, because you're working on this layer. So right here, from this position right here, he can clearly see this jump, and I think you would agree with me, which means from right there, that's when I need to be taking my big step to send, all right? I don't want to wait, so you're waiting 1, 2, 3 strides before you tell him that that's his jump. So in these 3 strides right here, he's looking to you going, what is next, all right? So I think had you told him from back here, that's his jump, take that big step of sending, I think it would have been a bit easier, all right? But he's already made a decision 3 strides after landing that he's not going there. Okay, so I think you're just waiting too long to send him. And so here it works because you did take that 1 extra step, but my gosh, it'd be really, really nice not to have to go all the way up there, and I think you would agree with me. So what I like, and I think that's why he's coming in, is looking at your position of how close you are in between those jumps. Now you have to come in just slightly to get around. So it looks like your line kind of did this and came in just a little bit. Instead, it'd be nice if your line just kind of did that, if that makes sense, all right? Because I want his parallel line to do the same thing, all right? If your line is doing this, his line is coming in and it's going to meet up with you, okay? So I'm not sure if my sketchy drawings there make sense as far as what we're seeing. All right, trying again, big sending and very, very, very early leaving. So I like your leaving position much better there. Really good, keeping an eye on him. What a good punk. What a good boy. The hard part about layering, this is just my opinion, this is not a One Mind Dogs thing, is that dogs who we teach such excellent obstacle commitment to, that's kind of their job, right, is to take obstacles, especially obstacles that are in between you and him. And so my opinion is layering becomes terribly difficult for those dogs, which means we work on it quite a bit more. So this I really love. So getting into the difference between a wrap and a layer like I did on that first video, you're clearly blocking the wing, which clearly tells him not to take it. Okay, so that is a really, really, really perfect position to be in. And then really good job here picking him up again. So that looks excellent. Big, nice step, and I love your position. Leaving, keep an eye on him. Really perfect there. Really, really nice. D-cell looks excellent, tells him to turn into you. Excellent, excellent, excellent right there. Very nicely done. Good job. You should be very proud of yourself on that one.